What's good, Tyler? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
I know it's a little bit different because I'm starting off talking first.
Thanks.
But I kind of want to talk about this video that you showed me. Essentially, Unk or Shannon Sharpe and an Ocho Cinco. They were talking about, I guess, essentially a girl. Was she like a sugar baby, or was she just trying to have a man take care?
I think she was just saying what her requirements are needed.
Okay, so let me list off for those listening the requirements so y'all kind of have like an idea of what she was asking for essentially from her mans or any guy who I guess is interested in her, wants to court her or whatever. So essentially she's saying she needs $60 for waxing, between $75 to $130 just for nails, like just for your fucking fingernails, bro, and nails and toes. Excuse me. $80 to $400 just for hair. Just for your hairstyle. How much is a haircut for you?
For me, 35 with tip.
Bro, 35. Imagine $400 just for your hair, bro. It's wild. 60 to 50 for a facial. I can give you that for free, but that's not here or there.
That's not what she wants.
For 20 to 30 for eyebrows, and then 80 to 120 for lashes.
And then at the end, she proceeded to say, essentially,
$100.
That $100 that you sending
ain't gonna cut it, boys. Ain't gonna cut it. So if there's a guy out there thinking, okay, $100 a month for my girl, gonna get her this, that, something nice for herself. According to them, that's not good enough. You need to at least be dropping $1,000 to $800 a month.
Exactly.
Damn near niggas rent.
So everything on the high end of this was $890.
Essentially.
Well, if you round up, basically,
$1,000.
you're damn near $1,000
a month.
A month.
So that's like an extra $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
bro.
Essentially.
I can't fathom why, and that's not even for just food, rent, the essentials of life.
And that also don't count. Like, she gonna want to go out, so that's
dates, nice gifts, just like surprise events, buying you flowers and such. Not to mention if she wants like a ring one day. House, kids, bro. What?
Wedding.
All that before we even start like official. Come on, man.
She need at least $890.
Just for the dating phase.
Minimum $890. Technically, there is a low end.
Is there any way, Tyler, you would do this for a woman?
Any way I would do it. I think I'm very similar to kind of how what Shannon Sharpe was saying. I don't mind doing it, but if you come to me with a list like this, nah, I'm not.
So for you, it has to be voluntary. Like you gotta want to do it.
Yeah.
Not ask for it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I love you so much or whatever that I'm willing to spend this money on you. And it also just shows, because sometimes when you ask, it makes it seem like you're kind of like greedy. True. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not like she's coming like, oh, hey, can I just have $100 for this? Or can I just have... Yeah, that's different than if she come with a laundry list of...
I'm going to need this.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, how I'm thinking is like, you looking at me like I'm...
money
type
that's
shit.
All you see.
Yeah.
What you can get.
Like, you don't even really love me or really like me like that.
Yep.
I'm really just here because I can provide said lifestyle for you. And I can't do it.
I can feel that, man. I'd feel...
How about you? Would you?
I actually would. However, it's similar to yours.
Like also volunteer.
Yeah, you have to...
I have no problem doing it, but like...
Because I genuinely want to take care of people. Yeah. Like, I'll take care of my niggas. I'll take care of my girl. I'll take care of my family. As long as, like, I know you... As long as I know at the end of the day...
It's reciprocated.
If it's, one, it's reciprocated, but two, it's appreciated. Like, I'm doing this, not expecting nothing, but, like, I know you genuinely are grateful.
Yeah.
That's all I need from you. Just show some type of thanks. Now, if you do that for anybody, you're not just going to get thanks. You're not just going to get thanks. Because there have been times I've done nice things for people just for the kindness of my heart. Yeah. Only for them to end up doing me wrong in the end. I'm like, damn, well, I guess... It isn't always reciprocated.
Nah.
And that's just kind of how life is.
Yeah.
But it's for you to know when to do that and when not to do that. And in my situation, I'm only doing this if, like, we got some years going. Like, I'm not going to do that for, like, the first 3 months.
Yeah, this isn't...
No. Like, you need to be, like, you're carrying my children. You've already had my kids. And, like, you're the mother. Okay, cool. I'll take care of you. I'll give you more than this. But if you're just, like, a girl I met Tuesday, we haven't gone on a date yet, or... Maybe we've gone on 1 or 2 dates and we're going on a third date. You're not going to get that from me.
Would you even go on a date with a girl who told you this beforehand?
I would. But here's the thing, right? And this is the beautiful thing about men. We can go on a date with a girl and you can kind of... I know it's not right to do, but lead shorty on. Make her think that there's a future there, all
So,
that.
you just gonna sell her a dream to ghost her, nigga? Then what's the point? Why even go on a date with her?
Just to possibly fuck. You're trying to get money out of me, right? I'm gonna try to get pussy.
See, I'm low key scared to fuck a girl like that.
Oh, really? Because you want to get a fucking
Because
kid?
God forbid she have my kid now as a rap. Think about it like this: if she gonna come for you for this,
That's true though.
she want child support. You're
That's
cooked.
true though. That's
You're
true
fucking
though.
cooked.
Yeah.
You better hope you win. You better hope you win full custody of that child. Because that's the only.
I ain't gonna front. I'm winning full custody regardless.
That's the only way.
I'm getting my kids.
All right, that's fine. But in this case, that's the only way she ain't going. Because if she wins,
Niggas just
she's spending you so much.
Wear a condom, pull out. You'll be fine.
Nah, a girl like that don't.
Get her to take a Plan B before or after or some shit like that.
A girl like that don't even deserve my shit.
I respect it though. No, it's true. That is true. Shawty don't respect it. But I would still try to. I can see myself. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'll give it to you.
I can see myself doing it. Maybe once or twice. I'm not gonna say every girl that does that to me, I'm gonna go to.
That's fair.
But like, I as a young man, I haven't experienced this before. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, if a baddie were to come to me, like, I have this laundry list of things.
You gotta look good.
I probably won't do it, but I'm still gonna try to hit. Like, I'm just gonna try
That's
to.
fair. You gotta look. At least for me personally, you gotta look. Goddamn, you in the 20s.
You think personality has to be there too, or just looks?
I have a feeling like if she's requiring this, your personality is probably already a little trash.
You think so?
I believe so.
I don't know. Maybe there are one or two ladies out there that require this, but like they're just really sweet.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
You don't know any guys out there that are good guys, just like have unrealistic standards.
I mean, maybe, but I think it's. I guess it's also different because the standards that a guy has is different than the standards that a girl has.
Yeah, I guess.
So like my friend, he can have a standard of he want his girl to be a certain way. But I think I always think when it comes to money, it's just always different because everyone feels a little funny when it comes to certain things.
Because it's financial.
Mm. So I think when you come to a table, I think it's different if you come to the table saying, "Yo, my girl needs to." I would like my girl to take care of herself and work out. I would like her to go to the gym. I would like her to be sociable and be able to talk to people. I would like her to have this caring nature about her. I think that's a little bit different compared to I would like my man to drop or give me $1,000 a month allowance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One is more, I feel like, in terms of looking for certain traits and qualities, it's like how is she going to be with my kids? How is she going to be with me? How is she going to be with the people around me? Compared to she's looking at it like, what is he going to do for me in terms of money? Everything is about me. Mm-hmm. Compared to I want my girl to be a certain way, not just obviously for me as well, but also because if we have kids, I need you to carry yourself a certain way. If I bring you around my mom and my dad, I need you to carry yourself a certain way. Mm-hmm. So it's more than just it's about me. Compared to when it comes to money, you're just thinking about yourself. You ain't say, let me get $1,000 so I could buy you a nice pair of shoes or buy you something. True. Everything on this list is just her. Could
she be saying that though? And think of it this way, right? Could she be saying that, okay, the reason I'm asking for this is just to show, or for me, for my comfort to say, okay, he is able to take care of me, so therefore he can take care of my family, he can take care of the kids when the time comes. So kind of like for her security in that sense. So she knows.
So why don't you talk about why aren't the bills paid? You know what I'm saying? Are you making enough money to pay all the bills? Uh-huh. Are you making enough money to, if we do have a kid, to provide for the kid? Mm-hmm. Are you making enough money to pay for the car note? Are you making enough money
by you giving her the money, you're showing her that.
Nah, because just because I can do this for you don't mean I could take care of a family.
No.
Nah, because think about it like this. If you got a kid, now I got to give her $1,000 a month. And then on top of that, I got to buy everything for the kid.
True.
Now, how much money is that?
True.
Depending on, at first, unless she if she doesn't breastfeed, now that's formula. That's clothes. These motherfuckers are growing at a rapid rate. So like, I'm gonna buy clothes today, by tomorrow he gonna be out of it.
Crazy. Her $400 for hair is my $400 for the month for my groceries.
My point exactly.
So 1 week,
and I still gotta buy groceries. Not only do I have to buy groceries for myself, I gotta buy groceries for me.
How many of her kids you got? Yeah,
family.
Yeah. Mortgage, car payments,
exactly,
the whole shebang.
So I can understand that argument, but I still feel like in this case,
there's better ways to go about it.
You know what I'm saying? Because me being able to take care of you in this way does not mean I can necessarily take care of a family, because that's just so much more money that has to be spent. I might do this little for you, but if we had a kid now, I might have to take some of this money to go toward the kid. If we got 2 kids now, I definitely got to take some of this money and go toward the kid.
And some women would be upset because they're like, hey, the money I'm used to be getting is now I'm not getting.
Because she's still going to want that same lifestyle.
Exactly.
Just because you have kids don't mean she all of a sudden going to want to stop living.
She wants to still live her lifestyle.
She's still going to want to live a certain way.
Very true, man. Very true.
So I can understand the argument, but in this case, what you're asking for does not show you're looking for a man to necessarily take care of a family. You're looking for a man just to take care of you.
Do you think people with this mindset can even change?
I think everybody could change.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard to. I think they have to kind of view things a little differently, and they might have to go through a certain scenario or situation that might kind of open up their mind. This just seems
unrealistic to me.
I also think too I think over time she's gonna have to. You could call it change or you could call it settling. But like over time, I think if you truly want somebody, reality's gonna hit you, and you're gonna have to
compromise is a thing. You
know what I'm saying?
Gotta compromise.
Because let's be honest, a lot of men
can't do this.
Can't do that.
Average man.
A lot of men cannot spend $1,000 a month.
I'd go broke.
On top of all your other bills. Shit, it's not like that $1,000 is your bills altogether.
Yeah.
Like you still got to pay your own rent. Even like, look at us. We would still have to pay rent. We would still have to pay for our groceries. We still have to pay for internet. We still got to pay for phone bill.
Pay for your gym membership.
We still got to pay for gym membership. We still got to pay for electric. We still got to pay for gas. Still got to pay for car insurance.
Yep.
And then on top of that, I now have to drop $1,000 just to keep a girl.
Yeah, bro. That I don't even get to fuck every day.
Some gotta go.
Yeah.
Some gotta go.
It's just a lot of women I've noticed are making themselves more liabilities than assets. They're not making themselves into assets, and they're wondering why they can't find a man. Well, if you're a liability, then why am I going to get with you? If you're just going to cost me money every month and just be a headache, why am I going to be with you?
Exactly.
What's the point?
Exactly.
And then they say, I'm the table. What the fuck does that mean?
What do you rate to the table?
What do you mean to the
table? Yeah, that's stupid as hell. That's stupid as hell. Like, you a cheap ass table. You're bad quality.
Bro, I got you from Walmart type shit, man.
Bro, you made out of plastic.
Jesus.
Goodwill. You're $3. Clearance.
I can't. It is, and I try not to pay attention too much to the whole online thing anymore, because I believe when I did that at 18, it got me just so upset seeing just the bullshit.
What do you mean online?
Just the thing, just things that women would say, you know. Kind of, for example, this new thing about the whole bear with the tree situation about in the woods.
Oh, would you man and a bear?
Yeah, essentially. And I'm like, this is such a stupid analogy. Like, why are we even arguing about this?
I ain't gonna lie though. I saw some funny memes
about
from that. I'll say that shit was hilarious. Yeah. I think it's stupidity, but some of the memes people made.
Yeah, quite funny. But I just don't pay attention to it anymore, because at the end of the day, it's just like, why are we? I feel like the conversations that are coming from these things are just very divisive, and they don't support or further push positivity in regards to men and women relationships. It's like, what's the point of?
Because a lot of men, even like look at us, but a lot of men see this or hear this, and you know they feel some type of way.
It's just like, yo, bro, why even bother? If you're really going to tell me, because I know, I do have a feeling that not all women mean this.
Yeah.
But after a while of hearing it, you got to understand, ladies, we get tired of this shit. So constantly hearing, I would prefer to be in the woods with a bear than it's like, well, all right, first, that's just irrational. Of course, the bear's going to, chances are, kill you. Okay? Let's be real.
You are going to die.
Yeah, it's just like, why are you going to sit here and be like, to me, it's like, why even bother constantly going over it. So I just kind of push it out. Don't pay too much attention to it anymore. But it is still interesting to hear it go down because, of course, though I'm not watching it, that don't mean everybody else isn't going to participate in this anyway, you know? So it is kind of interesting to see. But at the same time, it is sad. It's like, damn, nigga, is this what we come to?
I think it's unfortunate, but I think to a certain extent, yeah, this is what we come to. This is our world now. This is our reality. Yeah. Things are different. Females want a certain type of lifestyle, certain type of living, which, hey, to each their own. But you got to understand, and kind of what Ocho and Shannon were saying, they were like, the type of man that could provide that for you is like the 1%.
Few and far between. That's not the
so
majority.
Like, they were like, what are the chances of you getting with a man who is in that 1%? Is very slim. And then on top of that,
you have no leverage being with
exactly.
that man.
You have no leverage because you don't bring nothing to the table.
No leg to stand on. So you essentially have to submit to him.
Not only do you have to find one,
yep.
you have to now hope that he now wants to be with you. Because you can find one and talk to him. And he might could fuck you once or twice, and then after that he'll be like, all right,
on to the next.
Exactly. So you got to find one that's actually gonna hold it down and actually be with you.
Yeah, man.
But it's unfortunate. This is the way of the world. Frankly, this is our generation.
You just accept it.
But I do.
You can do.
I do think though, and you asked about to change it. I do think they're going to change, but not necessarily because they want to. I think there are a lot of women are going to change
because they have no choice. Yeah,
it's either be alone forever or settle with this dude.
You know, as more and more men check out, I believe the percentage. It's above 50% of men now who aren't dating. I believe it's like 65 or something like that. Either 65 or 63. But it's a decent chunk of the male population in America specifically who are just choosing to not approach women, not date women, and it's really fucking up a lot of things.
You know, and I don't approve of this, but I guess now I kind of I'm slowly understanding more and more. And I don't think I'm as against it as what I once was because we talked about this on the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
But like to keep it a buck is cheaper to just
not
pay. Oh no, I was gonna say something else. It's cheaper just to pay a girl.
Oh yeah. You see the point now, right? You see the fucking point. And that's one of the things. That's one of the things older men I've heard them say. I used to be in the same boat as you, bro. I'm like, nigga, no way. And then after seeing what I've seen, bro, sometimes if I'm gonna do the same thing with a girlfriend that I would with like a hooker,
sometimes
it generally is just cheaper just to get it.
On top of that, it's cheaper. You could just pay her
I'm paying you to leave, bro.
Pay her X amount of money, you do your thing, and then you...
I'm not paying you to stay. I'm paying you to leave.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Why am I going to pay you $1,000 to stay around? Where I could pay you...
Monthly.
When I could pay you one time to have a good time and then go home. Yeah. Get out of here. Shoo. Even if you were to pay a girl, like a hooker, monthly. Not saying you should. It wouldn't be $1,000.
It wouldn't be $1,000. Unless you fucking with like some high end.
Yeah, some high end escort type shit. Where like she gives you like a girlfriend
type
service.
Shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, it ain't finna be
$1,000, bro. It's not $1,000. Getting into the next topic. Women approaching women at the gym. Me and you have had this conversation countless times on the podcast, just by ourselves on the Wednesday show. Has your mindset changed on it at all? I know before you were not too into it, but you were not opposed to it, of course, as well.
I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah.
At least for me, especially in terms of the gym, I go to the gym to really like work out. That's my main goal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily go to the gym to pick up women. I never really have growing up, and maybe this is just how my training has been. I've always been trained with my father, and we've always been like very focused in the gym. Yeah, we might see a girl like, oh yeah, she's cute, but like we've always been very focused in the gym because we have.
So y'all would never. So when you were working out with your dad, you were never around looking.
Nah, I mean obviously you look around and see, but like I was never leaving him to go now talk to a girl type shit. Because then I also know he gonna be like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, come back over.
Of course, at the age that you were doing that at too,
I was young.
You probably weren't doing that.
But even now, as I got older, I kind of have that, like, to a certain extent, like, ingrained in me. Like, I go to the gym to work out.
Yeah.
I go to the gym to push myself, to get stronger physically, to get stronger mentally. I go to the gym to kind of release any stresses or pain I'm going through. That's why I go to the gym. I don't necessarily go there to pull up on females. Now, I'm not opposed. If I came across a girl.
So be it.
If I came across a girl, we start up a conversation, cool. And maybe if, and I have talked to girls at the gym. Not a whole bunch, I ain't gonna lie. But I have, like, walked up to a girl and approached a girl at the gym. And I don't have any like negative experiences. Like none of them were ever really rude or mean or anything like that. But I just have a different goal in the gym. My goal is to work out. You know, I'm not here to pick up women. Now, if it happens, cool. But like that's not why I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
I think that
if I just wanted to pick a woman, I wouldn't go to the gym.
Where would you go? Out of curiosity, real quick.
Probably, especially if I want to find people our age, just like bars and clubs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's like the easiest. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily say you're going to find a girlfriend at those
but
places.
That's probably where you.
But like just to pick up a girl,
Yeah.
You go to on a Friday night, Saturday night, go to bars and clubs. You can easily find a girl around our age type shit.
Okay. So essentially, women. I watched a video today. Funny enough, about 40 minutes. Essentially, women are upset and wondering why men aren't approaching them at the gym anymore. Now, I feel like we've had that conversation too a while.
Well, I feel like also they had that whole. There was this one stint where they were recording niggas.
And I was just about to say that still happens, by the way. That still happens, just not as predominantly.
Well, now because some gyms kind of
they shut the whole
no
stop recording.
Period. Like kind of like you ruined it for everybody.
Facts. But that still does happen every now and then, just not as much as it used to.
Sure.
But essentially, they're like, yo, where are all the guys? Why aren't guys approaching us? Like, there have been times where they'll stare at a guy, and the guy will stare back at them, and nothing would happen. And they're so confused. The ladies are just so confused. They don't get it. And I'm thinking to my mind, I'm like, the reason we don't is because you have told us on countless occasions, through your own actions, through the videos you're making, we should not approach you at the gym.
Yeah.
So then how are you confused when we actually listen to that advice?
Well, I think also what plays a role into it is we're not approaching them anywhere. That's the big thing. Now, let's say we weren't approaching them at the gym.
But we approached them on the
street. But they were
getting
approached in the street.
School,
exactly.
At work,
grocery stores.
Probably would be talking about the gym at that point.
It wouldn't matter. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, I might not get approached in this one area, but I get approached everywhere else, so it doesn't matter. The problem is men have stopped approaching women really altogether. It's not just at the gym, but in general. So because of that, now this is kind of why it comes out to why they're so upset, I feel like. Or at least I think it plays a role.
I definitely think it plays a role. I'm wondering what are the ramifications of all this going to be, man? Like,
a lot of people.
Does this just mean we're just not going to have essentially the next generation just isn't going to be as fruitful as the generations before?
I believe so. I believe it's a lot of like our parents' generation. A lot of them, especially seeing them now, you see a lot of older couples, older people together.
Yes, you're not going to see that next one, man.
That's what I'm saying. So I just think like
see a lot of single people.
Yeah. So like my parents have been. I'm pretty sure I'm 23. My dad was with my mother at 23, and they're still together now.
Damn, really?
So it's like
that's a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like 40-something years.
Exactly. He's now 60. And my he's 60 something, 61, 62. And my mom's about to be 60.
Yeah.
So I think with our generation, like we won't see a lot of that. But there's gonna be a lot of people single at 30 compared to the baby boomers or whatever. A lot of them weren't by the time they were 30. A lot of them were married with kids. Like my dad already had 2 kids by the time he was 30, or to my knowledge, or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I think even going off of that, not just 30. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are in their like 60s and 70s who are
going to be And I think that's kind of the huge. That's going to be the huge backlash behind like this whole dating scene that's happening now. Men not approaching women. Women having very high standards in terms of what a man has to bring to the table monetarily. You know? And little do you also know, too, is like, in terms of the money thing, like, a lot of men, a lot of people aren't making over 100,000.
You know what's funny? Because I know you were saying this shit the other day. I'm not sure why you were saying this, but you were like, in this economy.
Oh, yeah. I was just fucking around when I was saying it. I was like...
But for real, though, in this economy, you want me dropping $1,000 a month just for you?
Yeah.
What? Bro, inflation and all the shit that's going on.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to drop. Bro, men don't have it like that. You ladies don't even have it like that. Y'all over here asking us for $1,000.
Yeah, facts.
And you want us to do it. Fuck out my face with that shit, bro. I can't even.
But I think that's kind of the back. What do you think about approaching women at the gym?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea to approach women in general. I think it's just because I'm a guy, though. I like women.
Yeah.
And I'm never
gonna say it's a bad thing to approach women.
Yeah, and as much as they might annoy me at times, they say stupid shit. I like them, I respect them, and I think they are good people. And I wouldn't not approach them just because how else am I gonna get a girl?
Exactly.
I just don't. They're not gonna come up to you, and chances are, on average, usually, the girls who approach you aren't really the girl you want. You kind of got to go out and get your own. You know,
very, very rarely.
I can't really speak for other guys out there, but me personally, most of the women who have approached me, not saying that they weren't really attractive, because everyone's attractive to someone, but they just weren't the girls I wanted. Yeah. I had to go out and get the girls that I wanted. So if anybody else has that same mindset, you kind of got to go out there and get it. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I do think you should be cautious, though. With how things are these days, you have to be cautious. You can't go out and approaching any woman. It really only takes the meaning of one woman who can accuse you of something that you ain't even do. Even if you were just working out and doing your own thing, you look at shawty wrong, and all of a sudden now you're on channel 3, and it's like, damn, nigga, I ain't even do nothing, you know. So I don't want to discourage men, because I do believe by not approaching women and women not approaching men, and both sides being so against each other, it's overall going to be to the detriment of just the species. So I'm thinking of us as a collective, not just as an individual. Yeah. So I don't think it's good for us to not approach. However, I understand not doing it, and I'm not going to push for guys to do it, because, listen, man, I've been there before. You know, they say the worst you can say is no, but according to 2024 standards, that's not the case anymore. The worst you cannot say is not no.
I do think at the end of the day, it's kind of what you want.
True.
Now, me and you is different, because I understand.
What are your goals?
I understand right now, me and you, our main priority isn't women, but like at the end of the day, that is still something that what we want. Yeah. And we're going to have to do certain things, approach women, go after women, pursue women in order to get that.
Exactly. There's no getting around it.
Exactly. And I guess that's my only problem with the whole, like, not approaching women at all. I know there are videos on it, like, why men shouldn't approach, or, well, I think men shouldn't chase a woman.
Yes.
I think you shouldn't make a woman your whole world, and you drop your responsibilities to try to get her.
Yes.
But I do think if you like a girl, you kind of have to go and approach her, because if you don't, women aren't really going to approach you. Unless you go to, like, a different country or something.
True.
Women here are just not
in America,
going to...
It's not going to happen.
They're not going to approach you. And unless you're in school or in college where you're around a bunch, so it's easier.
True.
You're going to have to kind of make your own way.
Yes. You got to make your own opportunities.
Exactly. Now, if you kind of be like, listen,
generally don't care,
then fine. Then don't approach women. But
I respect
any man out there who wants a girl at some point.
You got to go do it.
You have to.
You got no choice.
You have no choice. Whether you do it at the gym, whether you do it at a library, whether you do it at a club, whether you do it at a bar, whether you do it at a street, on a grocery store, whatever. Some got to give. You know?
I would say if, for those who want to approach, there are better places to do it. I don't think the gym is the best place to do it. Everyone usually goes there to work out. Not many people are going there specifically to
get hit
people and you know? So the gym might not be the best place to do it. I understand, though. Sometimes you really only see people at the gym.
Yeah, I think it depends on kind of your
circumstances.
Daily.
You know, sometimes the girl that you like, you'll only ever see her at the gym. So it's like, well, I mean.
And two, I think about this too,
nothing else.
especially for me particularly, because I want a girl who works out and takes care of herself. The easiest place to find a girl that you know takes care of herself is actually at the gym, because you actually visually see her.
You know, interestingly enough, I was thinking about that. And this is kind of why I was just a little bit frustrated about why women have done what they've done in regards to the gym. Yeah. Because I'm like, all right, well, ladies say they want men who are in shape. They say they want guys who have good jobs. They say all those things. Okay, cool. Why would you then separate yourselves from those same men that are working on being the best that they can be? Yeah. Well, we can't approach you in the gym. Okay, so that automatically excludes any guy that works out then at that point. Because if he's in the gym and he approaches you, you think he's a creep. Well, then chances are there's a guy who approaches you on the street, you don't know if he works out or not.
Facts.
You don't know. But the guy who actually is in the gym, who will approach you, you know for a fact. But because he approaches you in the gym, you think he's weird. Okay, cool. Go into the work situation. You are at a job. He's at a job. You know he's in a stable career. You know he's working. He clearly shows up every day. He does what he's supposed to do. Yeah. That's where people used to meet, at the workplace.
Yeah, all the time.
But now they've separated that. You're trying to find men who don't have jobs. You're getting approached by niggas on the street. Okay, cool. But they don't have jobs. So what are you going to do? Where have all the good men? You've separated yourself from the quality men out there because you eliminated the spots that you could have dated them at.
Yeah.
Kind of like local watering holes, per se. Just for like local dating holes. You go to the gym, you go to the park, you go to the work. That's how you met people back then. You can't do that no more now.
Nah.
So where do you meet? Bars and clubs? But you're not meeting the best people there.
Nah. And also a lot of times the men that you want typically don't go to bars and clubs.
No. No. And listen, man. I don't want to toot my own horn that much because I do believe you should be humble. But I think I'm a good man. I'm working on myself daily, trying to be the best possible man that I can be. Because I aspire to be a good man for my future wife and kids if I ever choose to have that. I don't go to bars and clubs, bro.
Thanks.
And I know my friends are good men because I don't surround myself with bad guys. My friends don't be going to bars and clubs, bro.
I notice.
We'll do it every now and then, but that's not our scene.
At crazy
Not
enough,
our scene.
At most, it's like
Nigga once every 6 months or some shit like that. When's the last time you went?
I don't know, 1 or 2 months ago. It wasn't. We're in June. I didn't go in May. I went out to events, just not bars and clubs.
Last time I remember going out anywhere was with Mike.
When was that? That was in April. That was when the team was here. I think that was in April.
Was that in April?
So like 2 months ago, pushing 2 months. 2 months.
We don't go.
Nah.
We'll go out to the city or something.
To be honest, it's kind of on some like once a month type shit. And on top of that, it's not always once a month because we already went through a whole month where we didn't go out to a bar or a club. And we've had many other months where we definitely
don't go, bro.
We definitely didn't go.
Oh, there are times I've gone year without
going the same.
So
same.
I mean, it's just
not my scene.
So you have to. I believe in regards to dating, and this is just kind of why I'm like, I don't think this should have taken place in the first place. But if similar to what you said, if you like someone or if you want someone who has similar values as you, you have to be in those places. I want a girl who works out. Well, I'm gonna get a girl who's in the gym. Yeah. So I would approach a girl in the gym. Yeah. But if I try to do that and I separate and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with any girl at the gym, the chances of me getting a woman who is in shape, fit, dramatically goes down because not everyone cares to go to the gym in the first place. Yeah. And trying to change someone to go to the gym is not feasible. If Shawty ain't want to go to the gym before you, what makes you think she's going to want to go to the gym?
That's my main thing.
It's like, why?
Unless
it's not feasible.
Unless you're just kind of
not feasible.
I guess that nigga or something.
Don't try to change Shawty. Don't try to change a woman, bro. You can't. Don't try to do
it. And also, like, typically,
you'll be disappointed.
This is just how people are. This is how human nature is. If they were doing something before, just because they got with you, don't necessarily mean they're going to change. Exactly. Don't necessarily mean all of a sudden she's going to start going to the gym.
And Shawty might get resentful because you tried to change her.
My point exactly. So it's like, in terms of that, you are going after a girl in hopes that she changes for you.
Hoping that she changes.
And that's stupid because then what if she doesn't change? Or what if she changes for you for like a month and then after that she stopped going again? Mm-hmm. Then now what you going to do? You know, I understand you already invested a month in shorty. Are you going to leave her now? Are you going to stay with her and try to push her to make her go back? It's so much easier if you just got with a girl who already had
was in the gym. Exactly. Got a guy that was already in the gym. Got a guy that already had a job or a career, not trying to force a nigga to get into that type of stuff. Because if that person already isn't trying to do that for themselves, if that person didn't want to make that change for themselves already, or already isn't actively doing the work to do that, you're not going to get them to change. Nah, if I didn't want to go to the gym, bro, you weren't going to get me to go.
Nah.
Nothing about
and also, me personally, I'm the type of guy, and I know you're similar to this, I ain't really trying to force nobody. I'll let you know.
Yes.
But if you don't want to do it, then so be it.
Exactly.
I'm going to keep pushing. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of, like, my guy best friends with you in the gym, obviously, I would just go by myself. But my girl, because I want her to go to the gym, I now would consider breaking up with her. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I want you to take care of yourself.
Exactly.
And you're not doing so.
Because you care about the future mother of your kids. And you worry, just like how she would worry for your health. She wants you to go to the doctor office, do that. You do that. You do the same thing.
It's the same.
You want her to eat healthy. You want her to go work out. You want her to be fit. You want her to be shape. Exactly. But that's also what you find attractive too.
Exactly.
So I want you to keep the same figure that I met you with, because that's what I like. That's why I approached you in the first place. That's why I courted you. That's why I've done all the shit that I've done to get you to be with me.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. I'm curious as to how the next 2024, how the next 6 years are gonna play out, going into the 30s. To be honest with you, if this type of behavior does not change, a lot of people are gonna be sad. Men and women alike.
Yeah, I just think there's gonna be. I don't think it will change. I actually just think there's gonna be a lot of single people.
Yeah.
By the time we're 30. Truly.
Yeah. I've seen plenty of girls say they prefer to settle than they prefer to be alone than settle. So I'd see a lot of that happen.
Yeah, but that's not true.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
What makes you think that they're not?
I think you say that now because you think it's cool until you actually realize you're gonna be alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's always cool to say that now because you're young and 23, and let's be honest, that's probably not a problem you're gonna face right now. Because even though a lot of men aren't approaching you, you probably have some dudes who are trying to hit you up or do something.
Yeah.
But you're gonna hit a certain age, and a lot of things are gonna change. Because if you want a family, it'll be harder to do so at 30.
True.
And I feel like as everyone gets older, everyone starts to look more for the long term.
And
you're going to start thinking about the long term, and you're going to be like,
yep.
Well, either I could be alone for the rest of my life, or I can settle and still somehow get some type of a family and have some type of support. 9 out of 10, I think majority of women are going to end up settling, even though that's what they say now that they're not going to. It's easy to say that now because you ain't staring loneliness.
Yeah, true. I would say to add on to your point, it is easy to say that now because they have your girlfriends. But once your girlfriends start getting married and having kids, there's a lot of that happens too. Wherein their girlfriends go off and they start hanging out with their husbands. And it's like, oh, damn, well,
because
my girlfriends that I once had, they now have husbands and kids.
Yeah.
I'm here by myself. Well, now I need to go find a man. Yeah. So I can see your point. I do believe there's going to be a couple, though, who are just, I
believe there's definitely going to be a couple, but I think on the majority.
The average.
I think the average majority of women are just going to end up settling eventually.
So you believe the average majority of women will end up settling eventually. Okay, cool. That does make sense. Do you actually believe, though, that the men that they're trying to settle with will take them? Because after all that we've seen, right, we know when a woman just wants to settle with you. She's just trying to use you for resources, this, that, the other. Wouldn't you say that the men, especially because of social media and all that's going on, when the time comes and they're trying to find those men to settle, they'll have an even harder time because we know what it is now? So it's going to be even more difficult for them to even find a man to settle with?
Not necessarily.
No.
I only say not necessarily because I think also it goes the same thing for a man.
It's like there'll always be
a man who gonna like you, who are willing to do certain things for you. That's just how a man is, and also it's kind of like, just like in terms of like the dating market, what's the girl's value? You also gotta look at what the man's value is.
True.
So like,
what kind of girls can he get?
If you're a dude who's, and there's nothing wrong with this, but like if you're a dude still working at a fast food place or working at a place that you're not really making that much money.
True, yeah.
Then you can't really have crazy high standards. You can't go and expect shorty to, you know what I'm saying? Because look at your market value.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a higher, like if you're making money and you have some type of influence, some type of
entrepreneur,
power, then it's
CEO.
fine. Then you don't have to settle. Why? Because every girl wants you.
You have leverage.
Yeah. Compared to a man who's only making 30, 40, 50,000 a year.
You don't have that much leverage.
Yeah. And on top of that, just like women want to start a family, men also want to start a family too.
Of course, yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be that hard because I think just like there are going to be women out there who reach a certain
Everyone
point,
wants to pass on their generation.
Exactly. I think there's going to be men out there who aren't at the top of their game. They want a girl.
And they're willing to just...
And they're willing to be like, okay, well, I'm willing to get with you. I think you're pretty enough. I like you. You probably have a decent personality, you know, and I'm willing to provide what you want.
I see your perspective there. That does make sense because if you're going to have it on one side, it makes sense.
It has to be on the other side.
It's going to be on the other side, too.
Because you can't
Not every guy on there is going to be Don Suave with thousands of dollars.
That's what I'm saying.
There's going to be average Joes.
And
there's going to be average Joes.
As you already know, as men, we are very attracted to women. So if a certain woman, if you find her attractive enough and she's giving you play,
they about to do it, bro.
You're going to give in.
They going to do it.
It's what it is, man. It's what it is. So we'll see. We'll truly see in, 6 years? That's what it is? 6 years?
Yeah. So... Because it is expected or estimated that by 2030,
just like
50% of, I believe it's either 40 or 50, because it used to be 30, funny enough. It's either 40 or 50% now of women within the marriageable ages and birthing ages will be single and childless. So like no kids, no prospects, no nothing like that. It's just like, wow, 20, 30, 50%. We're already at 60-something% of guys choosing just to not date at all. I can only imagine what it's going to be at that time. Which is why, me personally, I'm not worried about not getting a girl right now. I ain't really pressed because I know by 2030, it's just going to be easy pickings. Because just as long as you stay focused as a man, you'll be fine. Stay focused. Stay on your grind. You will get girls. They will come to you. Just as long as you become successful. Just focus on yourself. At least that's what I personally believe.
Yeah, I believe the same thing, but I think there's a lot of men out there who aren't.
Nah.
And I think also there's a lot of men out there who have given up on women, but also just like giving up on like trying to better themselves as well. So
Yeah. Like, it's kind of like the thing you were telling me a while back. I think it was like a video you watched where most people or some people just perfectly fine being mediocre. Just like why?
Yeah, perfectly fine being like mediocre.
Yeah, why bother trying to better myself? It was like, what's the point?
Yeah, and I think that's also why I think women are going to have a hard time around like 2030 or whatever finding a guy. Because I think a lot of people, in terms of men, is going to be like, well, she's good enough.
Yeah. Not everyone strives for, I guess, greatness or like success or things like that, like most or some other people's do. I do believe it takes a specific kind of person to continuously drive for that. And not everyone has that in them, and that's perfectly fine. It's just the reality of the situation. I think it's good.
Around this time, we typically give advice. So Trey, you happen to have any advice you would like to get to the people?
My advice would be don't have too high of standards, and you got to know your market value, man. And what I mean by your market value, not your value as a human being, but like they say it's exactly, your sexual marketplace value. You might think you're more valuable than you actually are, and it might make you come off as arrogant, especially in the dating world. So I would say definitely know those things. If you're a guy, a young man specifically, I ain't really talking about the old heads. Y'all kind of got your lives together. But for the young men, especially your early teens, or late teens, early 20s, I say as much as you want to chase girls, because I feel the same way as you do, definitely do your best to focus on your career, get yourself built up, do what you got to do now. Because later in life, you'll definitely benefit from it greatly. For the ladies that listen, I know it's not many of them, but we do have a couple.
Thanks.
If you're young, I would suggest that you, similar to the guys, know your market value, and try to get out of the game as soon as possible because you don't want to be on these streets. I'm gonna be honest, it's just not fun.
It's harder as you get older.
It's much harder as you get older, and the streets are much harder on women than they are on men. So,
facts.
Trust me, you don't want to be out there. So that's my advice.
To kind of piggyback a little bit off what you said, for the young men, definitely stay focused. I would say this though, still go out and talk to women.
Yes.
To, like practice.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
Even if you're not necessarily going to like pull up on shorty or like trying to date her or whatever, it's just really good practice just to be able to talk to a female and just to have. Just good conversational skills. Yeah, because, like, obviously there's going to be a day where you want to go talk to a girl.
Thank you.
And you want to be able to be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be my advice.
All right, cool.
Thank y'all for watching.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching us. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. Just make sure you type in... wow, I messed that up. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can type it into the search bar. We're the first thing that pops up. You can find us on Instagram. That's going to be NOA_podcast. You can find us on TikTok. That's going to be NOA Podcast 1 and NOA Podcast 2. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for exclusive content such as the Wednesday show. We also have other YouTube channels, NOA Reacts, which is a reaction channel, NOA Vlog, NOA Adventures, which are vlogs. Yeah. And then we have NOA Podcast Shorts. NOA Podcast clips.
Yeah, clips.
For
the shorts.
For the shorts.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little off today. But thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.
Have a good one.